Hi everyone, I'm Pixie and I'm going to help you make a bag. This is a canvas bag and I just kept it folded. Don't open it because we want to keep it flat. I put a little cardboard box in there all folded up and then I just pinched it with these little clamps. They're for like a whole bunch of paper, but it goes on top of the cardboard and the canvas at the same time, and the little straps are tucked inside so they don't get in our way. Okay, so it's really a simple, fun, beautiful painting. You're gonna love this one. Okay, so we're gonna need our biggest paintbrush first. Why I need to put my paintbrushes up here so I can see them. Okay, so I need my great big giant fluffy paintbrush, right? And then there's a medium-sized paintbrush. And then an itty bitty baby paintbrush. Okay, so we're gonna do our this little break right there. It looks like there's gonna be a space. We're gonna paint right over it. That's my stencil. Okay, and we're gonna put the little black body on there ourselves and little tiny see-through antennas. And then we get to paint these little flowers, multiple colors. Very good. Okay, so our butterfly is going to be blue and turquoise. Okay, very pretty. So the blue, this is the back wing, and this is the front wing. So the back wing is blue on the outside, turquoise in the middle. And then where turquoise and blue touch, new color. And then this one is blue with on the outside, turquoise in the middle, makes a new color, and maybe a little bit of white in the middle. Let's go. Okay, let's do that part first. So find your blue, open your blue, and you just stab it like you're mad. Just load up your paintbrush, doesn't matter. Stab. It's a little bit different on a canvas than this is actually the stuff that my canvases are made out of, these things, right? It's it's canvas. It's the same stuff, but they just pull it tight on a little wood frame. But this one we're not going to pull tight. And if see it's wrinkled right here, if you had to pull it tight, you just got to make sure and flatten it. Make sure your hand is not wet with paint at the time. Otherwise, we'll have to put a tiny little flower on top of your oopsie. But who knows? Okay, so I'm going to get my blue paint, and I want to outline it. Well, to outline with paint, you smash your paintbrush inside the shape. This is a wing, inside the wing. And then you go whoop, and your paintbrush opens, but you only stare at that one little top hair that's going to push the paint. And it makes a nice smooth bead. If you wiggle, it comes out furry, and we don't like that. We want it smooth, okay? So you want to see me? I'll hold it up closer so you can see. But I'm going to go like this, and I smash, smash, and then push. But where is that? How am I doing that very top row so good? Because it's the amount of paint. So then I stab the bottom. It doesn't matter that it's all wonky. It's that top. So I go smash, and I push. And you can see a thick bead of paint coming out the top. And then I smash my paintbrush again and just keep getting more. And remember, I will go faster than you because I have done this before. So my brain doesn't ask questions. It's like, oh, and here I am. I'm going right up to I'm ignoring that gap, and whoop, I just go right next to this wing because this wing's behind the big wing. Oh, I did go back and forth right there. See how it's not smooth? I caught myself. And then, and then now you could just like give it a little fuzzy texture along the bottom, just with what's left on your paintbrush. Just kind of ruin the inside frame of it. Remember, push pause whenever you need to. I go too fast because you're not in my classroom where I can go, and I go to the pace of the people in front of me. If they're going slow, I go slow, but you're not here, so just push pause. Okay, it's me. Because I usually stare at my students because I care less about my painting. I already know how to do it. I like watching you paint. Okay, now I have a dirty little blue paintbrush. So I'm going to get turquoise and I'm going to leave the blue on here, because blue and turquoise, the blue in my paintbrush plus turquoise, hey, matches my shirt, it's going to make a new color. So I open my turquoise, and I'm just going to, dirty little paintbrush, I just go step, like that. And now we're going to go next to the inside row, and I am going to touch the blue, but I'm just going to wipe it off like it's a dirty little book. Get off and get more turquoise. How come I'm not doing the smooth thing? Because I'm doing something fun on the inside, right? And now I'm going to scribble blue and turquoise together. See, I didn't do the middle. That would take too long. So while blue's still wet, I'm going to scribble blue and turquoise. And then I'm staring at the tip of my paintbrush. So if she gets too close to the edge, I tell her, no. And then she stops. You know how to stay inside the lines since you were little. Now look at, I'm making a new color. I'm forcing them together. And it's all blurry. New color. But how come it stays so blue and thick along the edge? Because you're a genius? No, because we did it nice and thick. How do we learn how to do stuff on Earth? By doing it. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. Yeah, no, you haven't done it yet. As soon as you do it, you'll be like, oh, mine did it too. Now look at your paintbrush. See the little blue? No, it's blurry. Where blue and turquoise are friends. But now my paintbrush is not just blue, it's bluish turquoise. Now I'm put turquoise in the middle. So I stab my turquoise. Oh, now she's all bright and pretty. See? So how many color values do you need for 3D? 3. Dark, medium, light. But there should never be a line between them. They should blur. And where two colors meet, they should make a new color, right? So we have dark blue. That's the edge because we put it so thick. And then we made turquoisey blue. And then we put turquoise in the middle. Nice. So good. You did a great job, right? And this is the back wing. Now what if we did this wing? Do you think we can do it? Maybe we should do, is it okay because it's kind of big? Can we do half? Can we just cut this in half and maybe just put a line? Because you saw how, look at this paint is dry already, right? So you're like, oh, that's fast, right? So let's do this half and then do this half so that our paint can stay wet so we can do the magic where two paints come together. So even though we have turquoise on our paintbrush, turquoise and blue can't really hurt each other. So stab your blue, stab. And then we're going to go and do the outline thing. So I land inside the wing, smash, sneak up, let one hair touch the Sharpie and push. And then more paint. Don't turn the corner. I'm just staring at that one hair so I can have a smooth edge. Oh. See when it gets dry? Should I wiggle? No, I just get more paint. So go squeeze. Way better. And then more paint. Squeeze. And smoosh. And then, oh, it's all dry. No, if I get a big scoop of blue paint, then it'll be nice and thick, and it will paint it real smooth, like that smooth. I gotta put it down. I got a little tired. Holding like this was like, what? My shoulder was like, kid, stop doing that. So I got a big scoop of paint, and I'm gonna come up to the edge and go smooth. But remember, we're cutting it in half, so let's just go across, and we don't have to have a delicate edge right there because it's the middle part. So, but I'm just worried about the edges. Nice. Now that you painted the edges, I bet you can predict what's going to happen next since it's the same butterfly. Then the inside row must be turquoise, and we make turquoisey blue, right? So there's blue in my paintbrush, but we're not upset about it. And when we go to get paint, we don't stir our paint because that would drop off all this blue inside. We just stop. I get a lot. And then I'm just going to touch the inside of the blue. Just drop it off. You know we scribble it. You were here for the last one. So we, oh yeah. We just go, wipe it. We don't have to worry about that smooth edge because we're going to do the furry thing. Okay? Now I just dropped it off. but I never touch the very, very edge, you know, that smooth, thick bead of paint, because I want it to stay dark. So I just go, bluish, put blue in the turquoise and turquoise in the blue and blue in the turquoise. And I'm doing a little, and I'm using the side of my paintbrush instead of the tip of my paintbrush. The side of the paintbrush is softer. The tip seems to take too long because she's so tiny, right? So I just rubbly, 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 rubbly. Put the blue and the turquoise and the turquoise and the blue and the blue and the turquoise and the turquoise and the blue. Love. Is that one coming out better than the first one? Is that because you're learning as you go? Like on Earth? I made turquoisey blue and it's beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to put the turquoise in the belly, right? Just turquoise. And then we'll add a little bit of white. Okay, so I stabbed the turquoise. I just, look how much brighter she is. I just stay in the tummy. And I'm trying to crush the paint into the little, because it wasn't treated with that smooth white stuff called gesso. So it's a little rough. So I have to use a scrubbing motion whenever you're on a naked canvas like this. There's none of that smooth stuff on there. So I have to like push the paint into the little holes. Then once it's painted, then you can float on top. And so the reason why we have to put the cardboard in there too is it actually bleeds through inside. So the cardboard is actually protecting the other side. Okay. Now find your white. Okay. And we can actually use our medium-sized paintbrush to put the white on. You know why? I don't want to stick my dirty paintbrush inside my pretty white, so I'm just going to use her as my scooper, and I just poke, and get some, and drop it off right in the middle while it's still wet. And then thank you paintbrush, and just put her back down. That's all I asked her to do. Now I go back and get big paintbrush. Let's see if we can make bright turquoise in, not on this one, because she's behind. This wing is behind, so she's darker. She's a shadow. These ones will be brighter because they're in the front. Okay, now I'm going to, bright turquoise happens, and I just put it in the tummy, right, just in the middle. But look at the edge. Looks like a rectangle. So now just what's left of my paintbrush, I'm going to let it sneak out from this rectangle shape, and it's escaping. It's called dry brushing. There's nothing left in my paintbrush that I can see, but I'm just dropping off some mist, some fuzz. And look at it, looks all blurry. And look at, and I never go back to the center because there's too much white in the middle. But I just blur around the out. Oh, it got a little brighter. And I just a little fluffy. And you're watching me. If you're watching me but not doing it, your brain's going, what is happening? If you're doing it with me, your brain is going, oh, I see it. I get it. The harder I push, the softer I push. So you push hard when you're trying to get paint to go far, but I start doing it soft as I'm trying to do it less. And I never talked about it, so how did your hand do it? Because it's automatic. All these skills are built in. See how it's brighter than this one? She'll dry and she'll look farther away. Okay, now we just do the second half of that one. So a dirty little paintbrush, don't care, it's going in the dark blue. Stab. And we just have to outline. Yep. Push. And it's about the thickness of my paint and how hard I push. Wee. Oh, okay. Not enough paint on my paintbrush, so it did an icky thing. I mean, no likey. Let me get more paint on there. This should be smoother, thick. Oh yeah, I think it. Okay. Squeeze the paint out, and then I always remember there's paint on the other side of my paintbrush, and I flip my paintbrush over. I don't know if I said it, but it's a trick. Or you just get more paint. Those are nice. More paint. Whee! Sweet. Oh yeah, in the middle. that middle area. We don't have to be so careful about it because it's not a smooth edge. Okay, now, oh wait, I'll fix this. I make it a little smoother. Thicker paint, push. Okay, I did it. I had a little oops. Okay, now I'm going to dirty little paintbrush, and I'm going to stab my turquoise. Can you predict what's going to happen? We did it 2 times, so how's your brain? Good? Yeah. So now I just go, okay, I'm just going to go near, I'm just going to trace it. Hey, there was blue in my paintbrush more than I realized, but I'm making a color. I'm just going to put it near the blue, because I'm going to sneak up to it with my fuzzy scribble. Now I get to go scribbly, scribbly, scribbly. Uh-oh, that's a lot. Maybe I should just smash it down first. Smash, push it down. Push down, down, down. I better smash it first. There. Okay. Now that I smash, because smashing flattens the paint. Because there was a big glob. Calm down, turquoise. Smash you down. Okay, now there's no paint on my paintbrush. See, it's kind of dry. Right? So I go, now I can go fuzzy, fuzzy, blur. Just sneak up to the edge. Fuzzy, fuzzy, blur. Fuzzy, fuzzy, blur. Nice. Now I have dark, medium, light. Oh, there's a piece of white right there. Get it? I mean canvas peeking through. Sometimes to me it looks like a reflection of wet paint, and then I look better and I'm like, no, the paint didn't soak in. I'm going to push it in there. Okay. Now I made this little edge of blurry. And remember, I mean, you know I'm going too fast because my brain doesn't ask questions. My brain is just like, done this, whatever. So I go a little faster than when I first did it. When I first did it, my brain was like, is this what she means? Am I doing it right? You know, lots of questions. Okay, now I'm going to get my turquoise step. But the questions is it's what the inside voice is actually for. Some people misuse their inside voice, and they say mean things to themselves all the time. You don't need to do that. It's to help you do things better, not to point out what you did wrong. Obviously, you saw you did wrong. It's not coming out good. So then you go, oh, wait, what can I do? What'd she say? How do I do it again? And then you improve, right? You're not supposed to like get all mad at yourself because you couldn't figure it out the first time. You're supposed to go, okay, let me try this. Let me do it harder. No, let me do it softer. Let me use more paint. That's how the brain's supposed to work. You're not supposed to go, you're doing it wrong! And you yell at yourself. That's not right. I'm going to give up. This is too hard. Lots of people do that because they get scared. Nobody wants to be a failure. But you're not failing because you're brand new on Earth. You just got here. Okay, look at how thick I put the turquoise right there. I paused talking because look, that's a hard edge. That's not supposed to exist in a butterfly wing. So with my no paint paintbrush, I'm going to do that fuzzy trick again. Try to blur that hard line I made. Calm down, hard line. As soon as I put more turquoise, I realized I had done it. This would be blurry with no paint on the edge. Yeah, just coating a little bit of there. All right. Now I get to put white. Okay, so put big paintbrush down. Find medium paintbrush again. And just give her a little poke of white. A poke for you. And then drop one off for this big part of the wing. Hello. We're going to rub it in, right? And then another little poke, and you can be down here. There. And then, thank you, little paintbrush. And go back to big fuzzy. And first, just make one finger big. Make the white a brighter turquoise right there. And you just go, that's it. That's it. Want to see up close? I scribbled it in. But look at the edges, are ugly. Looks like a box. So now that I have almost nothing in my paintbrush because I squished it in, now I just go and we're going to do the fuzz. Oh, fuzzy, fuzzy sides. Ruin the sides so they don't look like obvious little squares. When you see a butterfly wing under a microscope, they look like feathers. I know. Miracle little insect. And they're pretty. What do you think of your blue butterfly? Fly away. Very cute. Very Okay, now we'll put big paintbrush down. It's all she's for. Thank you, big paintbrush. Let this rest a little bit. Okay, and then you'll notice these are called holidays. Do you see the little spots? This happens on walls. You thought you painted it so good. And then as the paint, because she's plastic, acrylic means plastic, as she starts to dry, the paint will pull apart from itself and do little tears. Because this is porous, so it's tearing the plastic paint that's floating on top. So like, oh, I missed a spot, let me go over it. Just enjoy the fact you're painting on a bag. It hasn't been treated like a canvas, so it doesn't float on top nice. And then, remember how perfect you did this? Look, it's starting to split little tiny rips. They're called holidays when you paint. But they just appear as the paint attempts to dry herself. And if you use your dirty little paintbrush to constantly go back and fill the holes, first you lose the cute antique effect of painting on a bag with the little holes. But then the wrong color will be on your paintbrush constantly. And no matter how many layers of paint you put on a dry canvas like this, because it wasn't treated with that hard dressed gesso, it looks white or black or something, it will always rip. And you'll be like, what's wrong with this? Because it's dry. Okay, so no worries about the little holes. No worries. Okay, now I'm going to get my little medium paintbrush. But she has some, when I wiped it off onto the turquoise, it got a little muck on there, right? Look. So just get one little paper towel, corner of a paper towel, and fold it over and pinch and squeeze the paint out. Oh, and then look at all clean. No cups of water needed because little drips of water erase any paint it touches. It's a tragedy, and you can't put the paint won't stick again. I hate that. Okay, now let's make these 3 little flowers in the same trick, but these are like lowercase n's, rainbows, M bumps, right? They go M bump, M bump, M bump, M, right? Remember, right? Should we do the disappearing edge trick? Did you like? Because it's pretty. So we'll do them in different combinations. Look at the colors we have left. So we got this pretty pink. She's called Potento red, but she's pink. And then orange. Look how pretty they look next to each other. And we have purple. And of course we have blue and turquoise. We can make one. So how about a different, you can pick, because I'm not there. But maybe one color for the flower, and then for the middle, use this to make a circle. And the circle is big enough to fit 2 fingers in. No tiny little, it's a cartoon flower. But the middles have to have lots of their own, very own color. Okay, so I got my nice little cleaned off paintbrush, and she's smaller, so she'll fit in the little M shapes better. Whoop. And I'm going to do pink. And I'm just going to outline it. So I stab my paint and get a lot. So we'll do the edge, right? So I just go, okay, let me see. Let me see. So I smash my paintbrush inside the flower, which is where I want the paint. And I go smash. And then I sneak up. Bye, Sharpie. Woo! Swoosh it. And I'm going to draw, I can draw the circle now if you want. But what if I mess up and make it too big or too small? So you're going to paint over it. So I don't know, like that. And then 2 fingers fit in it. And look, it's not even round. But at least I won't put paint in it by accident. And then I smash my paintbrush. Smash. Woo. Smash. Woo. And I push the paint towards the edge. Push. Push. More paint. Push. Push. Nice. Oh, I feel like you couldn't see. I was watching myself paint. But I feel like I'm pushing the paint towards the edge, and I'm not filling it in just yet because I really worry about the edges being smooth. Smooth. More paint. Smooth. Oh, not enough paint. Look at. More paint. Get a little scoopy of paint. Look at my lumpy fold. I just go with it. Because if I pull on it and I want to make it all flat, I'm always worried I always have paint on my hands. I don't know. Because I'm around paint all the time. And I want to put a little oopsie on there. So I just like deal with it. You know, like you're playing with Play-Doh. And the Play-Doh keeps moving. And then, now I can go around my circle and go, oh yeah. Now I can fill in the little things with my scribbly trick. Scribbly, 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 scribbly. Oh, it is a little lumpy though. Stay. I know. Because I'm holding it. The back of the, this will hold it up flatter. That's what I was doing wrong. So you can see, you know. So I just fill this in. Circle, 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 circle. And how come you stay in the line? Do you know that's a built-in skill? Because you did coloring books when you were little. It won't let you go outside the line unless you scribble hard and fast. Then you fall out. Just like a coloring book. Okay, now let's put a little speck of white. And I know I'm probably going to get my white a little dirty, but I'm going to get a little tiny, I'll poke the side so I don't ruin all my white. Whoop! And put little pokes inside each petal. Looks like buttons. And then I'm just going to rub, and I never touch the edge. I let the edge of the flower be the dark area. So I just go, baby pink, baby pink, baby pink, swirly, swirly. And I'm not moving it around yet. I just want to make my new baby color. Do you like it? And then now that I did all that, and I went around and around and around, now I'm going to sneak up and do tiny little fuzzy edges. Barely touching the edge. Soft, soft, soft. Barely fuzzy. Mixing the dark edge with the light, bright tummy. And I'm just going really soft. And I'm barely touching. I'm just using the tip of my finger. Super soft. And then I make a medium color. So who's the brightest in the middle? Who's the darkest near the edge? And it just kind of happens, and however it turns out, it's cute. Okay? And then let's let that rest before we put the circle in the middle, because the pink's still wet, and it'll just like contaminate whatever goes in the middle. So we got pink on our paintbrush. How about if we do a purple flower? You know what I like though? Look at how I didn't mix it in all the way, and it looks like swirly. Like I can see the texture of my paintbrush, and it looks like marble or something. I like the texture that paint makes. I never feel like I have to go back over and smooth it, because every time you touch it, you mix more of the paint together. So I do it real softer and faster and be like, I trust when it dries, it'll look prettier. And now let's do this little bottom one. Maybe, who wants a purple flower? Remember, you get to pick. But I got pink on my paintbrush, so I have to lick it off. Don't do that. That's disgusting. You just get a little paper towel and give it a pinch. Moko. And then look at your paintbrush all clean and pointy. Now I'm going to get my purple and do this bottom one. So I stab my paint and get nice and thick. Who knows? Who can predict what's going to happen now? I know. How come? Because you've done it before. So I land inside the flower and push, squish. And the more paint that's on my paintbrush, the smoother my edge. Can I do it closer so you can see better? So I go scoop. And then land inside the flower, push. And it's the thickness of the paint. And I don't bother doing the scribbly in the middle. Takes too long. Do a nice outline. Once you have an outline, your brain's like, yay, I'm a hero. Look, over my paintbrush because I touched the side of the cup. Now you know that's going to end up on my hand. That was a hard one for me to do upside down. Me no likey. Okay, nice. Land, smash, woo. Oh, it's like a smile when it's upside down instead of a rainbow. Smile. Well, I can't seem to get paint in there, which means there's no paint on my paintbrush to push. So get more paint, and then it will work, right? Don't you push hard. Make the paint do the work. Stab the purple. Push. Nice and thick. we did it. Or I did it faster, but you know, done it. So I'm just going to put a fake circle in the middle, but 2 fingers fit in it. And you know I'm going to paint over it, so just so I don't end up putting too much of the paint in the middle. And now I'm going to get my purple and make a little swirlies. And how come my little curlies don't go near the edge? Because I go slow. And your brain, just like coloring book days, won't let you go outside the line as long as you're not crazy. And look how it's already doing the thing. Because the paint is thinner in the middle and thicker on the outside, that's already 3DE. It's dark on the outside, thin on the inside. More pigment, more the powder that makes paint, right? Was near the edge, so it's just going to dry darker. A little bit of white, anyone? Or do you like it just purple? You decide, you decide. And then tiny little paintbrush, little poke of white, and I'm going to poke the corner of my white so I don't stick it in the middle of my white and ruin all my good white. Pokey, 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 drop off little dots, little baby dots, baby dots. And then I can go and spin that in and just make little tiny buttons of white because we're going to blur the edges. I already like it. So cute. But that's just dark on the outside, bright in the middle. Where's medium? Well, if we very gently touch the very edge of the bright white, we will push a little bit of the dark with the white and the white with the dark, but gently and fast, because if you stay too long in one spot, it just keeps changing, and then you'll never get it right. So I visit the outside edge of the white, visiting, done, visiting, done, and I'm making medium, but never touch the middle because she's already bright. Bright in the middle, medium where we let the dark and the light touch, and then dark on the outside edge. Good job. Little dots. Adorableness. Adorable. And then we clean our paintbrush. Pinch. And I have to clean it all the way up to here. Remember, I got my stick dirty. Okay then. How about if we make this flower orange? One of the reasons is orange and where's my little color wheel? Right? Orange is here. Directly across is the blue. They're called contrast colors because they're opposite. So it looks very bright again when they're against each other. Right? We did a pink one. And we did a purpley one. And then we could put different colors in the middle. Usually orange in the middle of the flowers because orange looks good with pink. Orange looks good with purple. We'll have to think a different inside one. That one. Okay, so even though I opened my orange, and even though I got a little bit of the purple still in my paint, it won't hurt orange. So stab the orange. And how can we use a lot? So make smooth edges. I don't need to explain, huh? You did 2 of these. Your brain totally gets it. I don't need to over-explain and bore you. You're like, I know, lady. We already did this. And what if your Sharpie shows? Fine. What if your Sharpie, you paint over your Sharpie? Fine. They both look pretty. I don't have an opinion because I like them both. So I just go, I like how it looks both ways. So however you like to do it is how you should do it. How come it's faster this time? Because you've done it before. And now your brain's not asking questions either. Then I make a little circle in the middle. 2 fingers fit inside. And then spinny inside each petal. Why am I going so fast, teacher? Push a pause so you don't get mad at me. Normally, after every step, I walk around the class. But I can't because you're not here. And I go admire your work. Tell you what a good job you're doing. And then after I have my one color, which is so boring and not 3D, I'm going to go get a little bit of white so I can make it bing, right? So now I get a little piece of white, a little touch, little ton of kiss, little kiss, and then I go bookity, 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 bookity. Right? Now it's going to make the inside of each petal a little swirly white, swirly white, swirly white, swirly white, swirly white, swirly. Oh, cute. And now just a little bit of baby white is left on my paintbrush. So I'm just going to walk around the outside edge of the brighter orange, and it's just going to turn medium. Because as long as I do it gently and quickly, I'm just telling the outside edge to not be so perfect. Rough it up, rough it up. Nice. Okay, and now orange is in our paintbrush, and our flowers are mostly dry. But look as it dries. Look at the swirls that show up because we didn't over mix it. Look at that interesting texture because we did it fast and gentle. La, 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 la. But that texture is also pretty to look at. It's human made and not made by a computer board. Now get your orange and you can do the little inside of your circles, but your orange is going to get on top of the pink, but I don't care. Because the circle is on top of the pink. Huh? And then this one, look at how cute she is with the orange. Oh, more paint. That's too dry. Should have stopped and got more paint. It's better. And should we make the middle of them glow with a tiny poke of white for each? One for you. One for you. Oh, that's not enough. One for you. And then swirl it in. Oh, she's a little bit brighter. A little bit brighter. So what color should we put inside of our orange flower? Let's look at our colors. We could try them on, right? A turquoise in the middle of the orange, gorgeous. Pink in the middle of the orange. Do you want to decide on your own? I'm not there. I don't care what you pick. Purple. I feel like purple will be too dark. We already did that over there, purple and orange. Right? Wait, we already did pink and orange. You decide whatever you want. But before we go get the next color, just give your paintbrush a little pinch. Squeeze! And all the paint comes out. It looks like it's orange, but nothing will come off, right? Because you pinch really hard and it's all in your neck. And no cups of water for me. Mix a mess. Okay, and then I'm going to make I think I'm going to go with pink. Just for me, because, I don't know, pinks. Look at my shirt, pink. Okay, so I'm just going to go, oh, that was not enough paint. We already know what to do though. More paint. And spin, wee. I do like it. Good choice. You want to see the color wheel? I'll show you. Where's orange? Right next to pink. Right? They're friends. And then there's pink and orange again here. Friends. There's purple and orange. Friends. It's only when you go across that would make brown. Orange and blue make brown. Green and red make brown. When you go across, they kind of make color. And I'm going to get a little tiny speck of white. Look at all these colors you're going to have left over. I hope you paint rocks or something and leave them in your neighbor's yard for little presents, little I love yous. Okay, so then I'm going to a little bit and make it a little bit brighter. Pew! And then how come I stop so fast? If I stop real quick, like I don't even care, look at the little swirly texture that I don't feel like I have to go and fix. I like it. Okay, now we got this little tiny paintbrush. Okay, we're gonna clean our paintbrush off because we have to make the body of the butterfly. This is black. So we couldn't do the body until we were done because if you get any, because we're not using water, if we do, we have to use black last. Because she makes all your colors look a little gray. Because, you know, she wants to do that. She's the boss, black. So you're like, no, stop it, black. You're too aggressive, right? You stop it. You're making all my colors. Stop it. So we go, oh, clean your paintbrush, and we'll just be gentle. And we get our black, boop, black. But the body is just like a little worm, and it's basically one paintbrush thick. But remember how it's so dry that it soaks in and it's very annoying, you know? So I do not scribble. I still try to make it smooth, then get more paint, then make it smooth, and then get more paint and make it a little longer. But if I go like this, her edges will be all fuzzy. But that's actually not bad. I have seen the butterflies with fuzzy bodies. But I don't know, maybe it'll be cute. But I'm going to go with first smooth, because that's what I learned. Okay, so I'm going to stab my black like I'm mad. Stab it! And then it'll get a lot. So that I can try to go for a long time before I have to get more paint. And it just, like it has a bend to it. But can I tell you where her head is? Her head is actually right here. On top of a little circle. That is like a little bit of a circle. She's sticking her head out in front of her wings. It's in front of her back wing. I'm a little head. You guys know how to make circles. Right? And is it a very big head? No, I'm a bug. She says, I'm a bug. I don't have big heads. And because she didn't need a big head. But I stab my black some more so it's super thick. And I'm just going to try to touch her black body against the blue wing. They can touch. I just go push. Oh, it's smooth. And then I ran out of paint. And it was all dry in the box. A little bit more. Stab my black paint. The thicker it is, the smoother it is. Push. And her tail sticks out ever so. Look like the parentheses or the bump on a bee. Very cute. And we don't put her legs. When they fly, they tuck their legs up. So we don't, when they land, they put their legs out. Okay. And she's not landing right now. She's flying. Okay. And then who wants antennas? Me too. But look how fat this paintbrush is. It is no. So I'm going to pinch it really hard. Pinch. And then try to make it flat like a knife. Can you see? Like a... If I do just the paint on the edge of it, like a little knife, it'd be very tiny. Actually tinier than this on a tiny paintbrush. But I can't let my paintbrush open, right? If I push any pressure, it goes... Those are some big antennas. So when I go to get my black, I just touch my black instead of stab my black. That would ruin my knife. So I just touch it. And it doesn't matter how long they are. Doesn't matter. And sometimes they curve. Sometimes they're straight. All butterflies like theirs, a little different. And they don't have to be the same length. One can be tall and one can be little because they talk with them, you know. And I'm going to put the knife, and I'm using the knife, right? And then I put it in the direction it's like a knife. Look how skinny and flat it is from that angle. But I touch your head and go straight out and let it bend. Oh! And get it, and then you think you have more paint on your paintbrush. You did it so soft, you're already out of paint. So barely touch your black, book, and then touch your head and do it again. Whee! And some people like to put dots on the end. The only way to do that was with your stick and touch the black and put the dot. But I don't love it, so I don't do mine because it looks like she's holding really heavy earrings on the end or something like that. So who loves their painting? Loves your bag, right? And then let's take it apart. No, you wait till it's dry. It is still wet. I'm going to take it apart so I can show you. But I'm going to be very, very careful. Okay. I take the little thingies off. And very gently. I don't want the paint to touch itself or let it touch my body. So here's the little unfolded box that was in there. And I take the straps out. I'm being careful because I just want to show you what a cute bag she is. Love me, right? Little summer bag for you. So cute. Good job, you guys.